So what is an entrepreneur? So let's start with a definition first. So people who are entrepreneurs either own or operate some sort of business and this part is important, they take the risk of a business venture. So they are the people that are putting money down and taking some sort of risk in order to make this business work. The second thing is entrepreneurs try to identify the needs of the marketplace and then they try to meet those needs with a service or product. In other words, they take a look around and they see what the community might need and then they provide that. And there are a couple personality characteristics that we know are needed if you want to be a good entrepreneur. So what we're going to spend the rest of the time talking about is what those characteristics are, and then we're going to take a look at whether or not you think that you have some of those characteristics. So the first one, being persistent. Entrepreneurs are willing to keep working until the job is done. Being persistent means that you just keep going at something over and over and over until you get what you want or until the job is done. Creative. Entrepreneurs are creative people, and they are always looking for new ways to solve old problems. They are responsible. They don't pass the buck. In other words, they take responsibility and they do what they say they're going to do, and you can rely on them. You can count on them. They are curious. So they want to learn everything they possibly can learn about their business. So they might do a market analysis and they might use data to make decisions. The point is they are not just coming up with an idea and doing it. They are curious and learning everything they possibly can before they get started. A couple other characteristics. Good entrepreneurs are goal-oriented. In other words, they have a goal and they do what they have to do to meet that goal. They're self-demanding. They have a lot of expectations for themselves. They expect that they are going to do something and they push themselves until they do that. They're confident. You have to believe in yourself. They are risk takers. So they are willing to take a risk. They're not reckless, but they're willing to take a risk to put out some sort of new product with the hopes that they could get money back or they could make a successful business. Now that we've talked about characteristics, let's talk about behaviors. So here are some things that successful entrepreneurs do. The first thing is they don't waste too much time in planning. They do make plans. They do have plans, but they don't take years and years in order to make those plans happen. In other words, they come up with an idea, they learn what they need to learn about it, they address the problems, and they get started. It is hard to be an entrepreneur without having somebody or some group of people helping to support you. So people that are good at starting a business, they use the past experiences and the skills of all their team members, and they use that to help strengthen their team. Teams do best when they use the strengths of team members working toward a common goal. Entrepreneurs expect to make some mistakes. We all make some mistakes. But the key thing is when they make a mistake, they figure out what they did wrong, they get back up, and they stay optimistic and they find a solution. So for this assignment, you're going to think like an entrepreneur. So you're going to go into your career readiness class to this assignment. And if you scroll down, you see that there is a Word document that's attached to it. Open that up and we're going to fill it out. So I have several of the words here that describe being a good entrepreneur. You are going to pick a word that you relate to, and you're going to explain what it means to you in your own words, and then you're going to say whether or not it's a strength or if it's an area of growth. So a strength means something that you're good at, An area of growth means something that you could improve on. Maybe it's not a strength yet, but it's something that you could work on. So let me do an example. So if I choose the word persistent, and that's one of the words here in the test bank. So I chose persistent. I then say what that means to me. What does this word mean to me? So this means, and this is just an example, but this means I keep trying and I do not give up. It means I keep working on assignments instead of pushing off work until Sunday. So that means that you're persistent. Then I need to answer, is this a mindset? Is it a strength or is it an area of growth? So I would say this is an area of growth because sometimes I give up when I'm frustrated and then I don't go back to finish the assignment. Or you could say, I think this is an area of strength because I always push through and I always do my work and I'm persistent. So you are going to come up with your own 3 examples. I only have 2 listed here, but there are 3. You're going to save it and then you're going to upload it, and that is how you're going to get points for this assignment. Please be sure to let me know if you have any questions. I am very happy to help you, and we will be working on this one in class together.